kazi ni ku-occupy.
Yeah, taking over and no one taking action. I don't think there's any unit you are taught about having followers or many followers so that you can get a job opportunity in a media house. I said that we are going to work on that to raise our issues, and if they don't work on them, actually we will have to take to the street, because I think that's the only language that when you use in this country, then people will listen to you. They must clarify to us that these people are working as radio presenters and they have been accredited. Yes, we will come. We will come there just like the medical students did at the midst of at the Afia House. We will do that at MCK, and we will do that at the midst of ICT.
Hello, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Gracious Aganda, the only channel will give you a chance to showcase your talents, skills, and learn from elites in different careers. So today we are joined by a journalist. He's going to be telling us more into his career, and we are going to be learning a lot from him, and he has some grievances to address. So stay tuned to listen to much more. Hello.
Hello.
Habari?
Salama sana.
Kindly introduce yourself.
My name is Musawa Geoffrey. I'm a journalist by profession, or as well you can call me Sauti ya Simba.
Nimekusave kama Sauti ya Simba, hata sijakusave kama Geoffrey.
Yeah, right.
I'm that person we can hang out for a whole year, but I'll still use your nickname.
Exactly.
So you've told us you are a journalist. So tell us the key steps you have taken towards becoming a journalist.
First of all, I did my course at Leicester University.
Wow.
Or I can say I'm a graduate of Leicester University.
Okay.
And I also did my internship at Royal Media Services.
Wow.
Then I also got an opportunity at Media Max Network Limited. Then I also worked with Johnson Makazi at Royal Voice International. And also I worked at Shine FM of Leicester University. So I've taken at least some steps in my career. I've learned a lot because actually I've tried to interact with different media houses and all that.
So today I might be a little bit biased with this interview because you are one of our own.
Yes.
I've also been to Daystar. I've worked at Shine FM.
All right.
So when you're talking about during the intro, I said we have some grievances to address.
Yes.
So naonelea kama wewe uko na hizo grievances na usha graduate, je, mimi mwenye niko njiani nitakuwa nalia baadaye probably. Okay. Tell us some of those grievances that I said.
First of all, I think in this country, everybody can witness that media industry, it's in a very difficult situation.
Yes.
And there are many graduates who did media, have got diplomas, degrees and all that, and they can't secure the jobs. So the reason why I came up with that idea that at least it's high time we try and focus on this issue so that we can also be helped. It's because you look
First
at...
First of all, tell us the idea you came up with.
The reason why I came with that idea, the idea itself, there was a certain launch that I attended, and there was the former CS of ICT, Eliud Owalo. He was trying to advise the media owners that actually they should focus on employing those people who undertook the media courses first. But it's now almost a year ago, but it seems like no one took it seriously.
Yes.
So recently I was listening to a certain radio, I will not mention it. Then a certain comedian was saying, immediately after the Standard Group released a report, a statement that actually they are going to fire some or to reduce the number of employees towards the end of this month. Then I had a certain comedian who is now working as a radio presenter saying that he's advising the media students right now or the media graduates to look for something else and do instead of just focusing on looking for media jobs. Then I wondered, like, how can you advise someone who has struggled to go to school with the aim that immediately after this, I will at least get somewhere so that I can earn a living. Then someone who has never undertook anything to do with media, whom I assume that maybe he doesn't even know the media laws, advising thousands of graduates. So I said that one, it was an embarrassment to us. So I said at least we must come up with some ways to address these issues. Yeah, that's how my idea came actually. Yeah, not that maybe to benefit maybe one person or whatever, even for the future students who are those who are in high school planning that or thinking or have got the ambition of becoming journalists, so that by that time actually everything will be in line. Yeah.
So let's go back to your career. So when did you graduate?
2019.
2019.
Yes.
Okay, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, and then from there, okay, I assume you worked at Shine FM while you're still in school.
Yeah, while I was still in school.
Okay, you graduated and then joined which media house?
Immediately after graduation, I joined Royal Voice International first, owned by Johnson Makazi. Then after that, I joined after Royal Voice International. I got an opportunity actually to work with a certain PR company in Lavington for some months. Then now I joined MediaMax.
MediaMax.
Yeah, so I left MediaMax early this year because of some 1 to 3. Yes.
So according to you, these comedians or other public figures like influencers probably who did not necessarily, first of all, attend media schools are getting our jobs. Let me say our, because they're the ones.
Exactly. Yes.
In the group, you said that we don't see interns we don't see journalism students working in hospitals or something like that, but we see.
Exactly that. You see, Gracious, you today, you cannot start your own, even a dispensary.
Yeah.
You will be arrested.
Yeah.
For the reasons known. But now, you look at the comedians, someone who doesn't know even the media law, who never stepped in a media school, taking over, and no one taking action. So you see, if we go square with those, I'm not saying that they ain't supposed to work, they have to. But now if we go square with them, then we are heading in a wrong direction. You see, I know while you are Daystar, I'm happy that you are also at Daystar University. While you are Daystar, I don't think there's any unit you are taught about having followers or many followers so that you can get a job opportunity in a media house.
No.
Definitely no.
Yeah.
So if we say, because someone will say, you need to have many followers so that you can get that opportunity, which is very wrong. We can do it, given an opportunity, we can do it better. And also another challenge that I addressed is that, for example, at MCK, if you go for an attachment of MCK, attachment is usually 3 months, then internship for the graduates is only for 6 months.
Yes.
So you apply for a job opportunity right now. For example, let's say you have applied at Royal Media Services. If you told they won't, maybe in the advert, you will see some, they have thought there, they need an experience of like 2 or 3 years. And you only get an opportunity of internship of 6 months. And also getting this opportunity, it's not easy. So in my opinion, is that at least MCK can work on this. And media students should also have at least 1 year internship period. Then they pay. You see, giving someone 20,000, then you are deducting that person like 2 or 3,000. That's almost that person remaining with 17,000. That's not something that actually, for example, those who are in Nairobi, that's not the amount that even a student can sustain with. At least they have to do something on that. Yeah. So I said that we are going to work on that to raise our issues, submit to them, and if they don't work on them, actually we will have to take to the street, and also so that our voice can be heard. Because I think that's the only language that when you use in this country, then people will listen to you. Yeah. Actually, I was saying we occupy the MCK, we occupy the Ministry of ICT, we occupy the CA, and we also occupy Kenya Broadcasting Corporation.
Okay. So one would argue that MCK is not the one who necessarily hires journalists to media houses, because different media houses are the ones. Let me first use an example of Energy Radio.
Yes.
So they put out GMVPs, people people auditions, and then they're chosen or not chosen. So in that matter, I don't think MCK is involved in any way. So what would you say about that?
I think everyone should need to understand this, how I brought in MCK. Remember, MCK, the main role of MCK is that it also plays a role in regulating.
Okay.
Regulating. And is the one that accredited the journalists.
Yes.
And working in a radio, then you must have been accredited.
Yeah.
So the first question I wanted them to tell us is that those people working in radio stations currently in this country, are they accredited or not? If they are accredited, under which circumstance?
Okay.
Because even applying a press card during when you are in campus, they will need a letter from the HOD to ascertain that actually you are a media student.
Yes.
So that's the first thing that they must clarify to us, that these people are working as radio presenters and they have been accredited. And if they have been accredited and actually they went to the media schools, they have got those papers, then it's okay. But if not, then they are supporting the media students. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how actually I brought them. They are the priority, because anyone working as a journalist, you must be accredited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pia tukizungumzia, which one was your stronghold while you were working in media stations? Because some people work, they're good in business, some are good in politics. Which one was your stronghold?
I was very nice in politics.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah.
Politics.
Yeah. I like doing political stories and all that. Yeah.
So what are some things that you think the media council should do to ensure that journalism students are uplifted and considered for those positions?
Number one, they should ensure, for example, even for your information, I know many have been asking about the 6-month internship. I can tell you, after my consultation, that's something that they will have to wait. Because I was told it's not something that's going to happen anytime soon.
Okay.
So the first thing the Media Council should do is to ensure that they provide attachment and internship opportunities to media students. And as you can see, taking like 100 people, they should also increase the number. They can make it even to, so let's say like 200 or 300, just as the Kenya Union of Nurses are agitating for that. Yeah. and it must be mandatory, not something that happens after a short a while, we keep quiet.
Okay.
Unaambiwa ngoja kiasi tena. Yeah.
So when it comes to MCK, okay, let us give them a little bit of their flowers. What do you think they've done right so far?
The only thing MCK has done right is just 3 months attachment. I think that's the only thing I can say they have done right. Because MCK, I don't know whether their role is just to condemn and issue statements. Because we have seen some journalists being assaulted during the demonstration. And the only thing MCK would do is to issue the statement and condemn. Issuing a statement and condemning, it doesn't help. Action. Take action. The legal action. We want to see if somebody did this and this and this, has been jailed or has been taken to court and all that. Then let them come that a certain journalist who was assaulted, we have taken this step and this and this and this, and we have reached to this final stage, which is justice. Yes.
And journalists are facing so many problems in this country, including what you've said, the police brutality. What would you say about that? Because while covering Mandamano, or someone who is a political journalist like you, on the field, you can know politicians. What are some of those challenges?
The challenges actually when you are in the field. First of all, I can advise my fellow journalists that first of all, we should not take sides. And the challenge that comes in political reporting is that you will find some of us taking sides. For example, I can decide to be on the side of Kenya Kwanza government. So in my reporting, I try to hide some negative things of the Kenya Kwanza government, but I only want to focus on the positive one.
Yeah.
Then as well now in reporting again, I look into the Azimio negative things than their positive things. So that's the first thing, we should not take sides.
How about online? Are you also not allowed to unajua online, tuseme Twitter, mi niko na mtandao wangu separate wa Twitter ambao sio, lakini ni wa jina langu. Like if I comment like, huyu, let me say, Urigiji anatupima. So am I already taking sides in that matter?
Okay. If today you have talked about Rigiji, for example, tomorrow also talk about William Ruto. The next day also talk about Raila Odinga. So condemn them all, then congratulate them all. I think that will be balanced. Yeah. But if now you just keep on Rigiji today, tomorrow, the next day, you see, that won't be taking sides actually.
Kuna watu wasiassume eti niko na shida na Rigiji. Ilikuwa an example. Mi sitaki kukua occupied because I saw some people were sharing journalist numbers to watukanwe, and then some KTN was covering this ongoing protest, and funny enough, some bloggers were so much condemning them. I was like, what are they supposed to do if not cover what is going on around the country? Apart from that, is there another challenge you face?
Another challenge in doing or in being in a media industry is that we face great challenges actually. Number one, as you can see, many media houses are facing challenges in terms of...
I was even supposed to talk about that. For example, the recently closing down KTN News.
Yeah, actually.
Crazy.
So immediately if somebody can watch you on TV or listening to radio, definitely you know you have money and a lot of money. Yeah. So when you tell someone like actually in a financial crisis, it's so difficult someone to understand you, which is also a great challenge. And also, why is it that many media houses are suffering to pay their staffs is because of, remember, they are not getting the government adverts, you know. So what I was also wanted to address now with the Ministry of ICT is that the media houses should be given at least the government adverts, because those people who are employed are Kenyans. And also, if possible, let the government, like for example, Standard Group and Media Max, I can tell you they are going down, 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 down. So what the government should do, you see, there's this Swahili saying that usipozipa ufa utajenga ukuta. So instead of tungoje this thing to collapse, the government can have a discussion with the private sector. Then can also be allowed, if it's to add their shares there, so that these companies cannot collapse. The Kenyan people can continue to get those job opportunities. Yeah, that's actually the challenges. There are many challenges. If we narrow them down, we can't even finish right now. There are many challenges. Yeah, and also another thing is the in media currently, the 360. When I talk of 360, I mean of the digital world. Yeah, you see now, somebody will, before you listen to radio, watch on TV, a certain story, the first thing you will find it on social media. So I think we also need to embrace the digital media, so that we also just focus on it, not necessarily on the broadcast part. Yeah.
So you see, on the digital media, that's where most comedians and social so-called
influencers,
yes,
yeah. So they are focusing on that. But now, it doesn't mean that if you are in the digital world, you qualify to be in the broadcast world. If somebody has decided to be on the digital world, then let's focus on the digital world. For example, I cannot do a business story, because definitely I don't know even how I will start to do a business. Yeah. I can't do that. But if I can't even do a sports story. But I can do very well political story, but I can try also to do investigation story. So the same thing should apply there. But what I'm trying to say is that we want that balance. Yeah, we need to balance and given our opportunity as well. Then another issue I was to tell you about the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. You visit KBC, there are many old men who have worked there for years. It happened that I have a friend of mine who has worked there from 1995. 1995 up to date. Someone's still working there. So I said we should also, because now it's a public entity, we should also occupy KBC and tell them they also let them also give opportunity to young people, so that those old men can start to mentor us as they give space. Yeah. And also the another thing I wanted to address actually, there's no public or private citizen of this country. So telling that someone who went to a private university cannot work at a government organization like KPC.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. There's a friend of mine who applied there a job and was told the government entities doesn't apply people from private universities.
That means Daystar,
So you can't. It might be so difficult for you to get an opportunity at KBC.
Okay, that's crazy.
That's why you find many people, for example, in our giant media university like Daystar, many of them are working in a private sector. For example, you go to Royal Media Services, you find many of them, like I can say 70% are from Daystar University.
Okay.
So it becomes also a challenge.
That's new. I've never even heard of that.
No, yeah, but that's how the things are. Okay. So I said we must also address that
must
issue.
Also occupy there.
We must also occupy KBC, and we will do that.
Okay.
Yes.
So about the issue of content creators, comedians getting media jobs, some are arguing that after getting those jobs, or when they're approached for those jobs, they normally go for training, at a training MCK, and then they are later on accredited. So when you ask them, are you qualified? They will obviously tell you they're also qualified because they've passed through training, say a month, and then they were credited.
Now, then, if that's the case, then MCK should, because it's a government entity, so I can say the government should close all media schools so that everyone can go through MCK for 1 month and be accredited.
Okay.
Because you can't compare someone you've been to this for 4 years doing your degree, then somebody tells you, I did a course of 1 month, then I got a job opportunity. Then that's an embarrassment, actually. It doesn't have to be like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how about the fact that people are saying some of the media students, they're not, let me say, hawajitumi, ama let me, lazy for, but lazy is a strong word. Let me say hawajitumi sana, like hawaendi kwa hizo media stations kutafuta internships, hawaendei skills, hawafanyi nini nini, na au wengine tuseme au comedians nini nini wanajituma kwa hizo medias. What did you say about
I can tell you, kila mtu anajituma. Hata mimi najituma. Hata wewe, what you're doing, unajituma. It's because we have not been given that opportunity. If you have been given the opportunity, you will do it.
Yes.
And you will do it better. There are many students that actually there are a few people who are calling me yesterday asking me how I can help them to get some attachment or internship opportunity. People apply, but you won't, I don't know, in fact, that essence of applying for internship, I don't think if it's the right thing to do. So they actually, the ones that have reached out to me, they have tried to count these media houses. Then the only thing you are being told, will give you a call. So you will have to wait. So if they have not called you, you won't even decide or say, let me go and start doing internship there by force. No, they will have to call you first, then you will go there. But now if you wait and no one responding to your request, what will you do? Yeah. But if we remove those community, all of them today, I'm sure they will get the opportunity. Yeah.
So as I'll assume you are our leader right now because you're the one who started the movement. So what are those things or steps you're putting in place so that our plea is heard?
First of all, I've tried to consult senior journalists, but I won't mention them, but I've just tried to consult them on that process. And in fact, they told me that's the right thing. Yeah, because we will be the first people in this country maybe to take to the streets against MCK and against the Ministry of ICT. In fact, the Ministry of ICT, I don't know if what they always do with their budget. Yeah. So in my consultation is that the seniors told me that's the right thing we should do because media industry is at the mess. Yeah.
So one of the question I'm asking, like swali langu ni je, kama big media houses zinafungwa, like the shutting down. So hata kama tukipewa hizo opportunities tutaingia kwa media houses zinaanguka kama tunaenda wapi exactly? Si zote zinaanguka but mostly.
Yeah, that's a very cool question. Nimekwambia usipozipa ufa utajenga ukuta. Standard bado haijaanguka hadi mwisho. Media Max bado haijaanguka hadi mwisho.
Na Media Max ni pia
K24.
Oh, K24.
Yeah, K24.
Oh,
so bado haijafika mwisho. If we put intervention, then it will be on the right track. Yes. So bado hatujafika ile mwisho. That's why I said if we started earlier, tutafungua macho na itafungua macho pia wengine, so that we can do what? We can try to save the media industry in this country. Because now, Royal Media Services cannot employ all of us.
Yeah.
I can say currently that's the only active media house that we have in this country. the international media houses that we have in this country right now, you won't just, they will want an experience of like 5 or 6 years for them to give you an opportunity.
20 years, 10
and,
years.
and you did an internship for 3 months. What's that? So let's try and boost our local media. Yeah.
So we should boost our local
Yeah,
media.
yeah. The government should just help actually, even if it's I don't, the many that are private entity, but they should also come up. And another thing is that the Kenya Union of Journalists, they don't care about the media students. Look at the Law Society of Kenya. Anything happens to a law student, the Law Society of Kenya will raise an alarm. Anything happens to a media student, it just keeps silent like that. That's why I said, let's come up with our thing, the Media Graduates Association of Kenya. At least we immediately when we solve our issues, we can take another step to register it so that at least we can try and now help ourselves. But if we keep quiet, then definitely it's going to be a mess. In fact, I won't even, right now, if somebody asks me, will you want your son or daughter to do anything to do with the media courses, I will say no. Yeah.
So talking about experience, since it's something needed for you to be hired, so far, how long would you say your experience is? How long is your CV?
I can say now my duration in media, it's now almost like 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
So
5 years.
Currently, what are you doing? Are you working with a media house right now?
Currently, I'm not working with any media house.
Why not?
Currently, I decided to advocate for this because now I said the financial status of the actually many media houses, it's a challenge. Somebody will give you an opportunity. Let me use an example of Media Max. People have worked for over 18 months and they haven't been paid. Over 18 months. So I also went through that particular situation.
You didn't like it.
And then I said, at least let me take a break and try to look for a way that we can try to readjust this. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far, do you have hopes that our plea will be heard and
I
something?
am 100% sure. Immediately they will see something on our letter that we will occupy. Then definitely. That's why I'm encouraging that let's have many numbers. Let's let people share their MCK numbers so that when we present them to them, we have got over 100 members. Then definitely pia watakuwa na gauoka fulani. 100 people are many. If they occupy us here, definitely. Yeah.
When you're saying many people should share, how can they reach you so that tutajua mali penye tutakupata? How can people reach you so that they can join the movement?
The first thing I said, we will have an online meeting actually tomorrow from 8:30 p.m. After that discussion, I have a lady, that lady, she was the first person who reached out to me. In fact, she gave me a call. Immediately I posted that my idea called Mushembi, who is, then I said she can just help me as the secretary at the moment. So immediately after that, she will write down the at least the idea of every person. Then after that, we will share again in the group so that people can go through. Then we submit to the MCK and the Ministry of ICT, and we'll copy the CN Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. Then after that, we will give them 21 days. Immediately the lapse of 21 days, if they will be no any action taken, then we will converge somewhere and plan on how we will take to the street. But I'm sure we will meet here in Nairobi.
So are there some, do you have some social media handles where someone
can... Yeah, I have my social media handles on Facebook at Geoffrey Musawa HSC. Then same to with Instagram and Geoffrey Musawa HSC, yeah. HSC.
HSC.
Yeah. I've got that head of state commendation the end of
Ulipewa
it.
ama umejiekea
Yeah,
tu?
hiyo ni ya kujiekea.
Oh.
But I'm hoping that when we're given now the opportunity, actually we will get those things.
So by occupying MCK, what do we mean? Do we mean camping there? Do we mean
Yes, we will
storming
camp.
them?
We will camp there, just like the medical students did at the midst of at the Afia House. We will do that at MCK, and we will do that at the midst of ICT.
Did the medical students at least get their grievances addressed?
Yeah, they have been addressed. Even they got the support from the political figures like Raila Odinga.
So they're waiting for us to call them out for them to help.
Yeah. So because you see, we are the one who actually help. We help in every part. We expose the wrongdoers in the society and all that. But we have forgot ourselves. So let's also wake up and do something. Honestly, yeah.
So as a parting shot, what would you tell to someone who's probably looking forward to joining a media school, joining that cause? Utaambia kuna jobs ama utaambia nini?
What I can tell them is that if you are planning to do a media course, prepare yourself. It's not easy. It's not easy at the moment. But if the MCK and the Ministry of ICT and other stakeholders will listen to our demands, I can encourage them to continue. Don't fear. Things will be well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for thank you so much for joining us. It has been my pleasure to have you. I like having conversation with youthful people who have good ideas that can help us, because that's also something I looked into. I was like, come on, our jobs zinaenda hivi.
Yes.
What happens to us with those degrees? Hizo degree tutazitumia kufanya nini?
And by the way, you know how much people pay at this university? A lot of money. So if you've paid a lot, there are some people who sell their land to go to school. You know, people like with the aim that immediately when I finish school, then I will get somewhere. I have a friend of mine who is now has got in the Peter discussion with the parents, because he promised the parent that immediately when I graduate from this time, lazima nitaingia Royal Media Services. You know. Yeah, so actually I'm hoping that
Tumwambie ukweli ama tusimwambie? Tusimwambie.
Actually I can say I want to call upon every media student and also the great journalists of this country that please let's support us, help us. Let's also align the media industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So great. It was good having a conversation with you.
All right.
I hope the Media Council of Kenya and the other journalist stakeholders will be able to come in and address our grievances.
Exactly.
Because it's not easy for you to have 8 months with no salary. So I really hope these grievances will be addressed. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for watching. Kindly support our channel through the numbers down below and the email. And also, if you'd like to be on the show, if you have something that can educate us, you have a talent, you have skills that you like to showcase, kindly reach out through my DM at Gracious Saganda across Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, and I'll be able to reply to you. So thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe and let us meet in the next video. Thank you.